Namaste everyone. We are only a few days away from a solar eclipse that will take place on 21st June. Today I am going to discuss about this eclipse and how it would impact each one of us in different ways. Let us understand eclipse from the point of view of astrology and science both. This is our zodiac ring as seen from the earth in the form of a South Indian horoscope. For an observer on the earth, all planets are visible and produce their influence. Like all planets, Sun, the source of light and energy in our solar system, is visible. Sun stays in one sign for 1 month. That's why 12 months or 365 days it would take to complete one full round, which is a full year. Similarly, somewhere moon is also visible as the reflector of that light, and moon takes about 2 days or more to complete one sign. It would therefore take under 1 month to complete one full round. Solar eclipse is when moon comes in between the observer on the earth and the sun. That is what we learn in school. Then the question is, why doesn't eclipse occur every month? Since moon would be coming in between us and the sun practically every month, why doesn't eclipse occur every month? Well, the answer is not every month Rahu and Ketu are involved. That's the answer. But now, what is Rahu and Ketu? Let us understand that. See, if we consider Earth to be stationary and Sun to go around the Earth, the orbit here is not circular, it is elliptic. Likewise, Moon also goes around the Earth, again in an elliptic orbit. But Moon's orbit is not exactly horizontal, it is tilted at slightly more than 5 degrees. This means these two orbits would cut each other at two different points. These points were termed by our ancient sages as Rahu and Ketu, two very important points in Vedic astrology. Rahu is considered while moving from south to north, that is ascending node or the north node, and Ketu is considered while moving from north to south. That's why it's called as descending node or the south node. So month after month, moon can keep orbiting, but solar eclipse won't occur. It's only when sun moves and comes to this particular position of elliptic intersection in some month when actually there is a potential of producing an eclipse. Likewise, within that month also, moon also has to come to that point and stand in between that line of earth and sun at some time. That is the day when solar eclipse occurs actually. And that's why in our mythology, our brilliant seers and sages use a story to explain that Rahu swallows the sun, hence the eclipse. Well, at an energy level, yes, it is a significant occurring. See, it doesn't happen every day, isn't it? Sun represents consciousness, moon represents mind. Hence, our ancient seers thought of it like sun and moon are taking a new birth, a new perspective, and new events will come to play. So let us understand the solar eclipse of 21st June 2020 and how does it impact you individually. On 21st June, solar eclipse will take place at a point in zodiac known as the Mrigashirsh Nakshatra, that is under the Gemini sign or Mithun Rashi. Planets involved are Sun, Moon, Mercury, Rahu, and all of them in Gemini at the same time. This eclipse will be visible in India as well as parts of Europe, Asia, north of Australia, Africa, Pacific, and Indian Ocean. It will start at 9:15 as per Indian time. The full eclipse will start from 10:17 am and the maximum will occur at 12:10. Then the full eclipse will be visible till around 2 pm and at 3 pm the eclipse will end. The time between 10:17 to 2 pm is important for astrological consideration, which is 4 hours. Hence, the effect, now this is very important, the effect of the eclipse will stay around about 4 months or so from 21st June onwards. Since it is also occurring in Gemini sign, which is treated as the southeast sign, okay, so from the center of India, when we consider, the effects will be mainly seen on the southeast side of the India or generally on the globe. The nakshatra where it is occurring is Mrigashira. Shira represents the head and the eyes. Very careful, do not watch the eclipse with naked eyes, come what anybody else may say. There could be numerous cases of eye related issues that will get reported from 21st June onwards. Now let's look at the Rashi and ascendant on how the eclipse would affect. If you do not know which Rashi you belong to, then please visit my website asksatishlifeguide.com and fill in your birth details. My team will provide you the necessary information. If you are a Gemini or Mithun Rashi or ascendant, the eclipse is occurring in your first house. Take care of your body, health, try to stay positive attitude wise. Eclipse will make you confused and slow in terms of consciousness and mentality. If you are a Taurus, Vrishab Rashi or ascendant, the eclipse is happening in your second house, that is of finance, of family, of face. Manage your finances well for the next 4 months. Do not invest into risky schemes. Avoid confronting situations with family and take care of injuries and allergies to your face region mainly. If you are in Aries or a Mesh Rashi or ascendant, the eclipse is happening in your third house. Manage relations with siblings carefully. While taking short distance travels, take care. Avoid as much as possible. Contract work or agreements, if you do, read them carefully. See, Moon and Rahu put together in the eclipse point involve cheating, and therefore ensure that your document work is done well, and if possible push it by 4 months ahead of time. If you are a Pisces or Mean Rashi or ascendant, then eclipse is happening in your fourth house. Mother's health will need attention. Property related matters may arise. If possible, stay low on domestic disputes, do not participate. Things will go out of hand. And if you are a student, studies and preparation may not go as expected, or you may face troubles there. If you are an Aquarian, Kumbh Rashi or ascendant, then eclipse is happening in your fifth house. Do not get into arguments with children. If children are small, then their health may need attention. Take care. Your intelligence, your intuition can go wrong. Don't make investment decisions based on a hunch. Avoid it, postpone it for the next 4 months. If you are a Capricorn or Makar Rashi or ascendant, then the eclipse is affecting your sixth house. It's associated with diseases, enemies, competition, services, etc. Planets like Sun, Rahu and the eclipse point, which is itself negative, is actually good for you. You could overcome diseases, you can win competitions. Service or job wise, there might be some friction, however. If you are a Sagittarius or Dhanu Rashi or ascendant, eclipse is in your seventh house of spouse. Do not get into arguments with wife or husband. This also applies to business partners and businessmen. There might be a lot of misunderstanding otherwise, as Moon and Rahu are involved. If you are a Scorpio or a Vrishchik Rashi or ascendant, eclipse is in your 8th house. Now, 8th house is a negative house, and negative point of eclipse in a negative house is considered good. You may benefit unexpectedly. You may receive some important communication, in your favor, as Gemini sign is of communication where that eclipse is happening. Only if your health is not well, you should attend it quickly. Shouldn't procrastinate and delay the treatment. If you are a Libra or Tula Rashi or ascendant, then eclipse is in your 9th house. There will be loss of luck. Don't take chances in investment and trading for the next 4 months. Challenges to father are seen. Challenges and obstacles are seen if you are a spiritual seeker. Pray to Kali Devi, for sense and direction. This in fact applies to everyone. If you are a Virgo or a Kanya Rashi, then eclipse is in your Karma Sthana or 10th house. Chances of job or occupation getting negatively affected, job loss is foreseen. Do not plan to quit one job and move into another in these next 4 months. If you are a Leo or Simha Rashi, good news for you, eclipse is in your Labh Sthan, which is good. Leo Rashi people will benefit in these 4 months. Gains will happen, lot of desires will get manifested. If you are a Cancer or Kark Rashi or ascendant, eclipse is in your 12th house, negative house. Consciousness or Sun in 12th house under eclipse and Moon, the Lord of Cancer, in 12th house will affect thinking and energy levels. Stay low, Let these 4 months pass. Do not start new initiatives. You will suffer loss and disappointment. So have patience for the next 4 months. Like I said, if you are not aware of your Rashi or Ascendant, you can visit my website www.asksatishlifeguide.com and fill in your birth details there. My team shall reply back on your Rashi and Ascendant information based on your birth detail. Let's pray to the Almighty so that everyone will be blessed. I invite your questions and doubts over the comments box. Thank you for watching.